Hello and welcome back. Let's catch up with Rails 4. The previous lesson was the last one on the topic of active record. Today we'll explore the new router features, and we'll start off by the concerns in the router, as a follow-up to the concerns in the models. Let's get started. Let's recall the example that we had in the previous lesson. We had the list of all of the posts as well as all of the images. Each one of these models has the ability to store comments. So if you go, for example, to this image, you see that on the bottom we have 2 comments. And now going back to the list of posts and click on one of them, we have 3 comments in this post. So the comments are available inside the show page for a post and an image. Now let's suppose the following scenario, which is just for learning purposes. What if we wanted to have a link here that's had comments, and we could access the list of all of the comments for the particular post or image? Well, to do that, we need to add a new link like this one, comments, and then post it to the post comments path and pass the post object to it. The same to the image index.html, in which we need a link like this one that does exactly the same thing but points to the image comments path in which you pass the image variable. Also, we need to go to the routes file and add a new resources comments in a block to the resources images and posts respectively. That way we can access the post comments path and image comments path. The result is a link on the right in which we can see all of the comments. Clicking on the link will give us the list of comments for that particular post or image. In here, I'll press comments, and there are our comments. Even though this example is really small and rather absurd if you think of it, it's still perfect for me to show you the new feature of concerns. The concern method allows you to pass a new concern. We'll call it commentable, like this, in analogy to the new concerns available in the model and controller. So concern commentable, and we'll delete this line in here and paste it inside the concern block. Now all we need to do is replace this with concerns commentable. And we'll do this to the posts route as well. That looks more straightforward. We have a bunch of images that concern a commentable behavior. This means we'll be able to have a comments resource inside of it. So the previous example works the same as this one. Let's go back to the browser and reload. You see the behavior stays the same in the images and in the posts. So everything is working. Concerns in a router basically allow you to define routes that are shared among many other instructions. So in this case, we're allowing to insert new resources, but we can also add many different routes: get routes, matching routes, collection routes, member routes. I can think of a new example called, let's see, concern, and then previewable. I've used this a couple times, in which I instantiate a new method called preview, and then on member. This allows me to establish a new route called preview, and that will generate a new, for example, post preview path. And then I would pass the post object as a parameter. And then instead of passing a single concern, I will pass several. So previewable like this. Let's save and open a new prompt so I can list all of the routes available. Bundle exec rake routes. Let's see what routes we have. And here's the one I was looking for: preview image path. You would have to pass an ID to the images controller because it's applied to a single member. Any route that you would define in the regular router, you can apply it to a concern, so it can be applied to any resource. The same way you saw the model and controller concerns in the previous lesson, concerns in a router are also a new way to reduce duplicate code and easily extend behavior on many different levels. I hope you have enjoyed the content today, and in the next lesson we'll take a look at the patch verb applied to resource routes. I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.